This is real estate 101, the old-fashioned way. For all you guys that are out there buying houses, flipping and fixing, there's no difference between buying a single-family house and buying 1,431 units. And when you buy these big portfolios, an avalanche of new deals come. The more you close, the more deals you get. Hey guys, Mark here, back at Shapiro TV, and we're going to underwrite our new portfolio that we're acquiring in San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to use the numbers. I'm not going to say the names of the properties because we're in the process of closing, but I'm going to show you what it is to buy a deal that's extremely distressed for the debt and how much money we make off the rip, and then how we're going to create additional value going forward on this particular group of assets. It's 4 properties. It's 1,431 units. We also have an additional 2 assets that we're going to buy and add to the portfolio from the same syndicator who is upside down on the deal. He took out bridge debt. He overmanaged the properties, meaning he drained the properties by managing them and taking a heavy management fee. Plus, his payroll is probably 35% higher than any normal payroll should be. But I'm gonna get the assistance of our head of acquisition here at Shapiro Capital. His name is Evan, and you don't see him on camera, so he's gonna feed me some numbers, and we're gonna do the back of the napkin analysis, and we're gonna see where we come out. So Ev, why don't you give me the unit count on all 4 deals? So it's 1,431. We don't have to break it down by property. I think the smallest property is 292. Is that correct?
Smallest one is 282.
282. Okay, 282. And what are our rents for the 1,431? What's the total monthly rent roll on these assets?
Total monthly rent roll is $1,585,022, spread over 4 properties.
Times 12.
Yep, it gives you 19 million.
19 million. And we're going to make the assumption that on this deal, we are going to collect 92% for our adjusted gross income. So let's do the math, because the numbers don't lie. Only people lie. So that gives us adjusted gross of $17,480,000, and we are going to operate this, because they're B assets, at 45% operating cost. So let's take a look at that. So that is going to be $7,866,000 to give us a net operating income of $9,614,000. Okay, so here's our NOI. That's our net operating income. Right. We know that A assets have a cap rate of 4.84, and we know that C assets have a cap rate of 6.71, and that's going to give us, because these are Bs, a cap rate of 5.77. So we're going to use 5.7, but by buying these deals, we're going to institute a resident unit billing system, a RUBS program, to pass back the expenses to the residents. We're also going to maximize the income, but first, let's get to a baseline. We are buying it for the debt. We're paying 136 is our debt, and the value just currently of this asset, if we do just our very simple math at a 570, is going to give us 168 million in value. So that leaves us with 32 million on the rip. So we're buying a deal because it's distressed, because we were picked, because we can execute with our capital partner, we're making $32 million right off the rip. Now I'm going to show you conservatively how we push the value. We're going to look at our rent roll and we're going to go in and we're going to adjust the values because we're going to do a rent increase on this asset, and we're going to do a rent increase of 10%. There is no maximum allowable or maximum minimal allowable in the state of Texas. So let's look at what this looks like with a 10% increase. And this is going to be on a monthly, so we're going to multiply it times 12. So a 10% increase is going to give us another $158K times 12 is $1.9 million. And I'm going to say that we are going to increase the value, so our cap rate is going to go down to a 5.5 because we're going to rehab the asset. And at the same time, we're going to make it more efficient. We're going to use our insurance program where we use our master policy to compress the value. We're also going to do our first level loss, which is another thing that we do so we can actually have a higher deductible. So that brings our insurance costs down. But at that rate, we are going to see an increased value of another $3.5 million. Okay? So we've increased that value by an additional value proposition. So now the value of the portfolio is $171,500,000. So we just added another $3.5 million. So with our 32, now we're at $35 million. What are we doing in the way of rehab on this asset? We're doing about $10,000 a unit, which will give us a rehab number of about $14 million. And from that $14 million, we're going to push our rents up even higher. So we're going to compress our expenses, our fixed costs. We're going to increase our rent size just by the mere fact that we are going in, we're resolving all of the resident issues, outstanding maintenance orders, things that need to be done. Their pools are closed, their gyms need to be reopened, everything needs a fresh coat of paint. But we're going to do all this. We're going to probably keep the same identities, same names. We may change it a little bit. We may rebrand them with a Shapiro Capital brand or whoever our operational partner will be that we do business with. But if you look at this deal and we take it out into the marketplace, as rates compress, we're going to see rates come down. So that means people can borrow more, which means our cap rate is going to compress even more, and we should get down to somewhere around 5. At a point where we get our NOI north of about 11 million, once that NOI is at 11 million, which is our exit number, that's going to give us, in a compressed 5 cap, it's going to give us a $220 million value. So we bought it for the debt, which is $136 million. We put 14 in it, which my simple math puts us at $150 million into the deal with our rehab and with our reserves. And then we're going to take that property out to the market at $220 million. Now, to me, that sounds like a $70 million profit. There are costs involved with selling the asset. We are doing a cost seg study, so we'll have bonus depreciation to pass on to our capital partners and to pass on to our general partners. But this is real estate 101, the old-fashioned way. So for all you guys that are out there buying houses, flipping and fixing, buying houses, doing the Burr method, we teach that, and we're very good at it, and we're crushing it in our community at Shapiro U. But what I want you to understand is there's no difference between buying a single family house and buying 1,431 units, which this is going to expand to about 2,000 units. And when you buy these big portfolios, guess what happens? An avalanche of new deals come. The more you close, the more deals you get. So guys, real estate is the greatest business there is because of leverage. That's debt on steroids, and that is something that we teach here at Shapiro Capital. If you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up. If you have a critique, please give us your critique in the comments. Guys, we are here to help you grow your portfolio and go to the next level. So guys, I want to thank you, and let's go!